a leader, or are you just in charge? This is a very special talk, and welcome to this, where I will share some really hard stories about leadership and illustrating leaders below the line and how it affects us, and also why you want to become an even better leader and why you want to work on yourself. And if you are going through a custody battle right now, or if you have a toxic co-parent relationship, welcome to this call or this event, because this is for you. I hope to give you some insight that will get you going in the right direction. So, what type of leader are you? Most of us, when we have graduated from university or business school, we get into our first job and we have that aspiration of becoming leaders. We work hard, put a lot of effort in it, and into that, we get one promotion after the other. We get more and more responsibility and maybe accountability because it's about delivering. Very few people receive training that will get them above the line of leadership. And what I talk about, or when I talk about leadership above the line and below the line, this is essential for you to understand. Leadership is not something you get just because you're promoted. It's how you lead people. It's not egocentric. It's not you in front of the line. You are actually setting your people up for success. You're creating the ground for people to be in, and you connect with them. Very few leaders do that. They are good and masters and experts in whatever division they are in charge of, but they are not masters of managing people and building relationships. I will give you one story that illustrates leadership below the line. And leadership below the line, that is where most people are. And for good reasons, because you haven't grown yourself, you haven't grown your conscious awareness, and you have no tools how to lead. That's why the portfolio of leaders are below the line. Bad managers and good managers. Great managers, great leaders, they are above the line. And there's only a few percentages of us in that category. It's because they have invested in themselves. They have invested in growing their consciousness, and they know what leadership is. All right? They know what it is. And you cannot become a great leader just by learning AI or supply chain, whatever, if you don't grow and develop yourself. Most business schools miss this link. Most HR departments miss this link. But you don't want to miss this link if you want to have a better life for yourself and for your children. And that journey and that opportunity starts just now. Before I do that, let me just see who joined us now today. Hi, Tristan. Welcome. I love you being in touch from, is that Memphis? Welcome, Tristan. All right, so honing in on leadership. 8 years ago, I was working out of a Danish corporation, a global corporation. And believe it or not, I was a change manager, being employed or working out from HR, global HR. At that point in time, I suffered in my relationship, in my love relationship. And so did my daughter. She was hardly 8 or 10 months old before she showed her first signs of stress. Every day on my way to work, I passed by my parents' house. I sat in the kitchen and I cried. I cried out loud. 7:15 a.m. in the morning. I was afraid of leaving that man. And I had no idea how to do that. That I told my parents. 45 minutes later, I went to work. Imagine the type of the energy I was thriving on. I was nervous. I didn't perform. I was so maybe skeptical, and I was many times on the edge of crying, and I just couldn't deliver as I wanted to. And those who told me that I was not doing right enough, they just hit me right in the heart space, because I was told that at home as well. Then it came one day where I worked with a project manager, and listen, this is so important, illustrating leaders below the line. A manager who didn't consider him as part of the team. When we were having team meetings, guess where he sat? He sat at to the walls. He wasn't part of the team. He wasn't part of the meeting. And when I did something that it wasn't to his liking, he shouted at me. He called me Saturday, Sunday to tell me that I was not listening, and and that I didn't meet his needs and desires. All right. How do you think that I reacted? I was heartbroken. I was sad. I so much wanted to perform. But the thing is, that is a case of leadership below the line. And I went into office, and I just said, I can't be in this role. Guess what my manager in the HR department told me? You have to pick up with that, Camilla. People are different. You just have to do that. And she told me more. I'll give you 10 hours to a psychologist so you can learn to work with any type that we have, or any type of person or manager we have in this company. Boom, there I was. Little to say, no question was about how I was doing, how I was feeling, how's my private environment, my private life. Not a single focus on me as a person. And I have seen this years later. It's only 8 years ago. And the person I'm talking about now is in her 50s or in the early 60s. And this is so important. I know there is no really open ears in the HR department to embrace that, but I really encourage you to lean forward and take control. Because if HR departments and managers do not value you as a person, if you as a manager or leader is not set up to lead, if you struggle at home, now it's time to invest in yourself. Because managers, because that's leaders below the line, you struggle really hard when there's something coming your way unexpected. Give you 2 examples. The first example is from a onboarding of a client conversation, a client call I had yesterday, onboarding this new client. The client is a country EVP. That person is so conscious aware of how the person is showing up that he asks for help. I don't want to be in this position where I micromanage, where I don't thrive, but where I step into my more aggressive personality. I don't want to be that, Camilla. Help me to become a greater leader. That is very seldom I hear that, and I celebrated more than once his self-awareness and his interest in growing, right? But that's even at people at the very high level. It has nothing to do with where you are, the level, the organizational level that you have. It's about you are being willing to step into leadership and under embracing leadership, right? Leadership, be leading people as a competency. It's not about being in charge, and everyone can be in charge, but that doesn't bring you more success. And I know people after people after people working really, really hard, and you know yourself too. You don't climb up the ladder. You don't climb up the ladder. The thing is that you don't dare to work on yourself. But I tell you, it is worth the investment working on yourself. Because the more conscious aware you become about how you're showing up and how other people are doing in the moment, the better you are at really listening. And you know the cognitive skills and the secret to success is about building trust and creating the great relationship with your employees and setting them up for success. Then you leave, excuse my language right now, but the ego land of leaders, and you step into the we land where you set your people up for success. Your people, if they're doing great, you do great. And then, as I mentioned, talked about yesterday and some of the day before, and people were challenging me, I talk about effortless success. And the last thing I want to share with you on this very important topic of leaders being a leader or just in charge is that a few hours ago, I've received a report on how I am as a mom, as a person. Some of you may know, I'm sharing again, I'm going through a custody battle. A few months ago, we had some people coming to our house to observe how my daughter and I were interacting, and I was being questioned because nobody believes that I had been a victim of psychological violence. Nobody believes that in the county. And then my ex-partner, who I really wasn't scared of leaving. Well, guess what he's done? He's obviously filed court cases. So we are running court cases. And the reason why I share this with you, if you're still with me, is that I know people, men and women in power jobs, and you are going through what I am experiencing too. If you've been in a relationship with a psychopath and you have children, that relationship will exist as long as your children are children and when they're grown up and they get married, right? And you never know what that person will do. My ex-partner has two faces. I've talked about it so many times and shared it with psychologists. This is a person who has two faces. And obviously, then I got the report, back to the report. And reading the statements that was on me as a person was heartbroken. Yes, I sat in my chair and I cried out loud. I remembered of how scared I was of leaving that person 8 years ago. And I have a wonderful daughter. But in one moment, hi Bettina, I was so scared, and I replayed everything. And there was this 10 pages report, and I got so bad at reading it. I just said, I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it. I know that how I have been labeled today is not the person I am. And now I'm tapping back into leadership. Because I'm a leader, you are a leader, we are all leaders, my body reacting now in our life. Hadn't I learned to control my thoughts, I would be so scared. And I would be so scared. Now I know we're going to court, we're going to high court. There's a lot of efforts going into that, a lot of preparation. But I know that I have my psychologists on my team, I have my lawyers on my team, and really I'm just delegating that piece of work because I cannot stand more of those me being blamed, but though nobody trusts and believes that I've been in a psychological violence. My hair was falling off. I had skin diseases here, that everywhere, right? Everywhere. I'm doing great. Going back to leadership. Hadn't I learned to control my thoughts, I would not even be able to be here together with you just in this moment. People are texting me right now. I wouldn't. And I'm also in the position now to really tap into who I want to become, why I'm doing the coaching. I'm not just a coach for the coach. And it reminds me that I'm also a coach helping people getting out of toxic relationship and healing. And I am on such an important, for me, very vital pathway to help men and women, because I know you. I don't know all of you, but I had the opportunity, and I'm blessed to have had the opportunity to talk and coach you, because it's so difficult to tell other people that we've gone through psychological violence. The thing is that if we don't learn to control our thoughts, we will stay stuck. We will stay stuck. And what we don't want as leaders is to stay stuck, right? So my invitation to you, with all my love and all what I experienced just now, going through my feelings are even going up and down right now. But what I know to be true is that the moment you control your thoughts, and let's say in you being willing to invest in yourself and grow yourself, then life can throw whatever curveball at you, and you will still be able to manage and navigate through the day. Even though, as me, 2 hours ago, I've received this report that I now have to take to high court, me defending them. I'm not a crazy girl. I'm not a crazy mom. Actually looks after my daughter. That is my situation private, but that's also, that could affect me if I don't control and don't read me in the moment. And here's my opportunity for you, if this is speaking to you, if you're ready to level up. And this goes to, that's the special group of people, leaders, who are either stuck in a toxic co-parenting relationship or going through a costly battle. I know some of you beautiful souls out there. My invitation to you is you should join my leadership mastermind program. Yes, I know I branded, and it is by say branded to leaders and showing, helping you to create more clarity about your vision, our vision, and how you show up, your language, your energy, and so on. It's proven mastermind program, and I know it works. But me being in the position or situation I am in just now got me thinking how I got to where I am. And this is certainly also for you if you are maybe not in the C-suite leader, but you are a leader in your own right, in your own life. And if you want to find your vision, your direction in life, if you want to learn to master your energy, master your language, and how you show up in your day-to-day life, even though lawyers are bombarding you, psychologists are coming you, and you have to manage that case and yourself and your professional life, right? If you want to navigate and learn how to juggle all that, well, being in flow, maybe just take 1 or 30 minutes out crying out loud and then go back in. My invitation to you is to join my mastermind program. We start next week, and I will help you as any other leader who's not intact in costly battle, but I will help you get clarity, get direction, and I will help you as all the other leaders, because that's a common challenge for everyone, is I will train and teach you to control your language and control your thought. It goes whether you are in a costly battle or any other battle, a family breakup. It's all about controlling your thoughts. So the more you control your thoughts, the easier and more joyful life will become. Whatever, I'm not going to say whatever shit is coming our way, right? Whatever is coming our way, we don't let the outer world control our inner world. If this is speaking to you, there's a link in my in the description of this video and this call. Join us. I'll be delighted to serving you, delighted to help you. Those of you who know me, you know that is also my heart, is to help you set yourself up for success and going through this, whatever your situation is right now. I know people in the pharma industry. I know people in very big international organizations. I know people in oil and gas. It goes to all of you. This is my special invitation. And if you haven't received my private invitation, don't hold back. Don't hold back. And I would say it's worth the investment. This program is really worth the investment. Just rounding up before me picking up my daughter, taking her to choir. My name is Camilla Kalberg. I'm the founder and CEO of Kalberg Coaching, where we help executives and other people having more joy and freedom, satisfaction in life. And I guarantee that working with me, you will experience radical shift and everything will start working for you and not against you. As always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Tristan Bettina, for showing up. I love you. You know that my love is flowing to you. Those who are still with us and reviewing or listening to the recording, my love and appreciation flows to you. Have a beautiful rest of the day, and remember, we are the best. See you later. Bye for now.